The best and brightest local high school teams compete in a tournament of knowledge on this year's hottest game show, Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by AT&T, Oracle, the San Mateo Credit Union, and Samtrans. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Thank you so much. Well, if you've been watching us for the past few weeks, you must have figured out that next week we will begin our semifinals. The Final Four will begin to meet. So far, we have Homestead High School, Bentley, and the Harker School. Who will join them in our Final Four? Will it be the Mountain View High School Spartans? Or will it be the San Mateo High School Bearcats? Let's find out now, shall we, as we begin with the collaboration round. Gentlemen, you're all so matched up. It's so cool. I like this. Welcome back. You guys have all won a few times, so you know how this is played. You will play as a team. I will ask a question, give you a few seconds to collaborate, and then ask your captain, Ryan or Jordan, to give me the right answer. If you do so, you'll score 10 points. If not, the other team will be allowed to collaborate and possibly steal those points away. We'll go back and forth round by round until the buzzer signals the end of this first round of play. Good luck to both teams. Spartans, you get the first question. The original Beaumarchais play by the same name was banned from Vienna due to its satire of the aristocracy, but found success there as an opera, much of whose songs were recycled from other operas like Così fan tutti and Don Giovanni. The aria Non più andrai is sung to Cherubino in what Mozart opera that deals with a tidal event between Count Almaviva's valet and Susanna? Don Juan? I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You guys can steal.
The Marriage of Figaro.
You got it. You stole it. And here's your first question, Bearcats. Forbes magazine lists him as the 13th richest fictional character in the world, with a net worth of $1.9 billion and education at Académie d'Art Culinaire at Le Cordon Bleu, Paris. What character, whose three-course meal gum makes Violet Beauregard a blueberry in a Roald Dahl work, stuffs his factory with Oompa Loompas?
Willy Wonka.
Yeah, you want to marry a guy like that, don't you? The first vice president to have his photo taken. His Fort Hill plantation was left to his wife and daughter, who married the man who founded Clemson University on that site. John Tyler's last Secretary of State was which South Carolinian who resigned the vice presidency in 1832 and was a staunch supporter of nullification?
John Calhoun.
John Calhoun? That is right for 10 points. First stated by Benoit Clapeyron, they exist in two types, the classical Maxwell-Boltzmann and the quantum. Particles with no intermolecular forces and zero volume always collide elastically in what hypothetical gases that obey a namesake law?
Ideal gases.
That's it for 10. What is the wavelength of the longest possible stationary wave on a string fixed at one end that has a length of 2 meters?
Two?
No. You can steal.
Say one. We're going to go with 1.
8.
Okay.
Robert Gray and George Vancouver were the first Westerners to navigate it, and the 1980 explosion of Mount St. Helens reduced its depth by 25 feet, disrupting Portland's economy. 14 hydroelectric dams lie on which river, the only one to pass through the Cascades that separates western Washington from Oregon?
The Columbia. The Columbia River.
You got it for 10. In the Heliopolitan cosmology, Shu and Tefnut were children of what primordial self-creating deity, the ancient Egyptian personification of the sun? Ra. Ra is right. His childhood friends include 2 future FC Barcelona soccer stars, but he chose to enroll in drawing school in 1916 and made his first book illustration in 1924 for a poem written in the Catalan language. What man who consulted with Alfred Hitchcock on the dream sequences in Spellbound created surrealist paintings like The Persistence of Memory?
Salvador Dali.
That's right for 10. What city at the base of Margalla Hills on the Potahar Plateau was designed by a Greek architectural firm to become the capital of Pakistan?
Islamabad.
That's right for 10 points. What union agreed to run a health care trust fund and called off a 2-day strike after reaching a September 2007 accord with General Motors?
United Auto Workers? Yeah. United Auto Workers?
That's right for 10. And that signals the end of the round. We show 30 for Mountain View, 60 for San Mateo. We will be right back and chat with our team members in just a minute. Welcome back. Don't forget that if you would like to join us in the studio audience for a future taping, all you have to do is give us a call at 650-637-1936. We'll send you tickets. We would love to have you down here. Ryan Kelly, you are a senior on the golf team for the 4th year.
Yes.
And for the last 3 years, your team has been undefeated.
Yeah.
Never lost a match.
Not lost a league match. We're 36-0, and then 4 more this year, so 40-0.
So 40-0 so far. You have 8 more to go, and you would have a perfect high school record.
Yep.
What would you do with that information?
I don't know. Just something to cherish for the rest of my life.
How long have you played golf?
I've played golf since I was like 11 or 12.
Okay, so it's a nice way to kind of end your high school years.
Yeah.
To something you've enjoyed, you do so well at. Well, good for you. Good luck on those last 8 matches.
Thanks.
Alex Farmer, you were a defense attorney on your mock trial team. How'd the team do?
We did pretty well. Well, actually, our mock trial team split up. Prosecution goes on some nights. We compete at the Santa Clara County Courthouse in San Jose. And the other nights, our defense team goes. So our defense team did very well, and we were 2-0. But our prosecution team didn't do as well, and they were 0-2. So we unfortunately didn't make the playoffs.
I'm a Perry Mason fan. I like defense teams, you know? Is this giving you any inspiration to move on to the law?
Yeah, my parents tell me that I'm pretty good at arguing. So hopefully I can apply that in later life.
Absolutely, good for you. Lewis Cow, you were on the track team?
Yes.
Last year your team moved up a division. They did well enough to move up, so they're now facing a bigger challenge than before.
Yes.
Do you feel like you're ready to rise to that challenge?
Yes, we actually have our first meet next Thursday, our first league meet, and we're looking forward to it, and our coach is pretty optimistic about how we're going to do.
Excellent. Well, good luck to you there. Let's give a big hand to your coach, George St. Clair. Welcome, Bearcats, and Jordan Patchouli. One of your teachers recently nominated you to be a part of this summer's National Young Leaders Conference. What does that entail?
Well, we go to Washington, D.C. over the summer, and we take part in a model congress, and we meet members of Congress, members of other branches of the government, and we do stuff around Washington, D.C., visit the Smithsonian museums.
Well, this will be a very exciting summer there pre-election, so you should have a good time, and you'll meet members of Congress and find out what's going on.
Yeah.
Good for you. Congratulations. Andrew Tezorowski, you recently entertained a number of students from a high school in Marseille, France, right?
Yeah.
And now you get to return the favor and go to France in a few weeks, huh?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
And what will you'll be staying in Marseille?
Yeah, with we get to stay with a family, and then we're going to be visiting the school and doing some sightseeing around the Marseille area.
So say something in French. I can.
Je suis Canadien.
Ah, très bon. I don't know how impressed they'll be with that. I thought it was very good. Have fun on your trip. Elliot Storch, you're really excited because Major League Baseball has just begun.
Yep.
And are you a big Giants fan?
Yes, I am. I've been a big Giants fan all my life.
They're playing right now as we speak, right?
Yeah, I think so.
How are they doing?
They're getting slaughtered by the A's.
Oh. I just asked you that because this will be like a time capsule for you, you know, as you're telling your children about your love of the Giants. We've all had those moments, but I hope it's
I can remember the bad memories of bad seasons.
Yeah, I hope it's a good season for them and for you, okay?
So too.
Let's give a big hand to your coach, Jared Wilkie. don't you say bonjour to our judge, Frank Saboti. Frank is holding that trophy aloft. Somebody's going to win it in 3 weeks. Will it be one of these gentlemen? Let's find out how close they'll get after these messages. Let's play the lightning round. In the lightning round, you guys will be playing with those buzzers in front of you. You will hear a question by me. The first guy to buzz in gets to answer for his team. Give me the right answer, you will score 10 points. If your answer is incorrect, however, the other team will be given the chance to collaborate and steal those points away. If you buzz in before I complete the question, you will have to answer with the information you've heard. And if you give me the wrong answer, I will repeat the question for the other team so that they have their chance. The score is 60-30. Good luck to both teams. Here's your first question. Civilization and its discontents, beyond the pleasure principle, and the interpretation of dreams are all by which? Yes, Jordan.
Sigmund Freud.
Correct. The 2003 Black Thursday protests haunted Efrain Rios Montt in which country, whose namesake capital city is the most populous in Latin America? Yes, Elliot.
Mexico City?
No, I'm sorry. Gentlemen, you could steal it. Right?
Sao Paulo?
No, it's Guatemala. Earth in the Balance is a book by which former presidential candidate who also wrote The Assault on Reason and An Inconvenient... Yes, Alex.
Al Gore.
That's right. The Greek for measured path is the source of the name for what instrument, electronic or mechanical, that indicates the distance a vehicle travels? Yes, Ryan.
Odometer.
Right. A voluntary freeze of what financial quantity was proposed in December 2007 by... Yes, Alex.
Interest rate.
I need more.
Federal interest rate.
No, I'm sorry. You can steal. Let me finish. It was proposed in December 2007 by George W. Bush and FHA Secure to deal with the subprime lending crisis. What financial quantity are we looking for?
Napier's quantity.
No answer.
You don't own your home. Mortgage rates. What thinker who wrote about the nature of knowledge in the Theaetetus and the Meno is better known for his Symposium and Republic? Yes, Lewis. Sorry?
Plato.
Yes. What author of The Town and the City wrote about Denver D. Doll, Sal Paradise, and Dean Moriarty in the peripatetic Beat Generation novel On the Road? Yes, Ryan.
Jack Kerouac?
Correct. For Good, Dancing Through Life and Defying Gravity. Yes, Alex.
Wicked.
Yes. In his 1619 book, The Harmony of the Worlds, what German astronomer who studied Brahe's, yes, Jordan.
Johann Kepler.
Correct. What Democrat first elected to the Senate in 1962 challenged Jimmy Carter for the 1980 presidential, yes, Alex?
Gary Hart.
No, for the presidential nomination and still represents Massachusetts?
Ted Kennedy.
Ted Kennedy.
Yes. In what novel is Mr. Arrow the first mate and Captain Smollett? Yes, Andrew.
Treasure Island.
Right. Eagle Peak is the highest point in what national park? Home to the Roosevelt Arch, the source of the Snake River, and Old... Yes, Andrew.
Yellowstone.
Right. If the value of b squared minus 4ac is non-negative, then the roots x of a quadratic equation will be what kind of number? Yes, Ryan.
Real.
Yes. What man who defiantly proclaimed, "Here I stand, I can do no other," at the 1521 Diet of Worms, opposed selling in... Yes, Lewis.
Luther.
Yes. In plants, carpels made of stigmas and styles form what part of the flower that contains its ovaries, the female counterpart to the stamen?
Stigma.
No, that's wrong. You can steal, gentlemen.
Pistol. Just a pistol.
The pistol, that's right. In 1837, what man represented New Hampshire in the U.S. Senate 15 years before he defeated Whig candidate Winfield Scott to win the presidency? Andrew.
Franklin Pierce.
Correct. What author of the autobiography Enjoy Still Felt wrote the short story Nightfall as well as the Galactic Empire, Robot, and Foundation novels? Yes, Lewis.
Asimov.
Right. What Irish namesake of the sea at the North Pole also mapped the coast of Turkey and the British tides and devised a scale to measure wind intensity? Yes, Elliot.
Beaufort.
That's correct. The cities of Basel, Strasbourg, Koblenz, Bonn, and Cologne are on which scenic... Yes, Andrew.
The Rhine.
Correct. Alpha particles can capture electrons to become atoms of which least react? Yes, Ryan.
Helium.
Correct. The HMS Thunderchild is destroyed in what book, which begins with Ogilvy noting explosions on Mars that presage an invasion? Yes.
War of the Worlds.
That's correct. What man who succeeded Paul Simon in the Senate and compared interrogation techniques at Camp X-ray to Soviet gulags is Illinois' senior senator? Yes, Alex.
Dick Durbin.
That's right. Admiral Villeneuve's defeat ended Napoleon's threat to British ships at what October? Yes, Lewis.
Trafalgar.
Correct. Who launched the 26th of July movement after his failed attack on the Moncada barracks, overthrew Batista, and is the recently... Yes, Jordan.
Fidel Castro.
Correct. What church on Paternoster Square is made of Portland stone, contains the Whispering Gallery, and was designed by Christopher Wren? Yes, Jordan.
St. Paul's.
Right. That's the end of the rounds. Look at the score, 140 to 180. San Mateo has a bit of a lead. We'll see if they hold on to it. Don't go away. Okay, let's play the Extreme Lightning Round. Points separate them. The point values are double. Good luck to both teams. Lucy Westenra is beheaded, and Jonathan Harker sees his employer. Yes, Jordan.
Dracula.
Right. What native of St. Malo established the first French settlement in Canada in 1541, named Canada itself, and discovered the St. Lawrence River? Yes, Jordan.
Cartier.
That's correct. British author Nick Hornby's 1992 autobiography, Fever Pitch, describes his fanatical loyalty to the Arsenal. Yes, Ryan.
Boston Red Sox.
No. To the Arsenal Gunners, who play what sport?
Soccer.
Soccer.
That's right. What man coined the term cosmic rays and worked with Harvey Fletcher to measure the charge of the electron in a namesake? Yes, Ryan.
Millikan.
Yes, right. Thomas Gates burns part of a diary owned by John Wilkes Booth. Yes, Jordan.
National Treasure.
I need more.
Book of Secrets.
Right. Who said, "Just watch me," in reference to fighting terrorists during the October crisis, and was the Liberal Prime Minister of Canada during the 1970s? Andrew.
Trudeau.
That's right. What man called a backwoodsman in Lord Byron's Don Juan, created the Wilderness Road through the Cumberland Gap and began? Yes, Andrew.
Daniel Boone.
Right. The third of the 5 good emperors was what successor to Trajan? Yes, Jordan.
Hadrian.
Correct. What founder of a namesake music school in Weimar composed the Mephisto Waltzes, the Faust Symphony, and the Hungarian Rhapsodies? Yes, Lewis.
Liszt.
Franz Liszt. What country, whose written constitution of 1600 is the oldest still in effect, is a most serene republic in the Apennines and is surrounded by Italy? Yes, Jordan.
San Marino.
Right. Who reinterpreted Euripides' Alcestis in the Alcestiad, told of deaths witnessed by Brother Juniper in the Bridge of San Luis Rey, and wrote Our Town? Yes, Alex.
Wilder.
That's correct. Lactose intolerance, nervous system issues, and third trimester stress are among hypothesized, yes, Alex.
Pregnancy.
No, are among hypothesized causes of what intense crying symptom seen in infants?
Super sad syndrome.
Super sad syndrome.
Almost, moms. Colic. Yes, the moms know. Which designated hitter who was waived by Minnesota in 2002 has since hit over 200 home... Yes, Ryan.
Morneau.
No, I'm sorry. Has hit over 200 home runs with the Boston Red Sox and is known as Big Pappy.
David Ortiz.
Correct. What native of Halicarnassus, who wrote an account in 9 books of the Persian invasion of Greece, is now regarded as the father of... Yes, that's correct. The 1707 Act of Union with Scotland was passed during the reign of what British monarch, who succeeded William III and was succeeded by George I? Yes, Andrew.
William IV.
No. You can steal, gentlemen.
Victoria.
Anne Stewart. Azurite is an ore of what element between nickel and zinc on the periodic table, whose higher 2+ oxidation state was once called cupric? Yes, Jordan.
Copper.
Yes. Who played Terry Malloy, Stanley Kowalski, Jor-El, and Vito Corleone in, respectively? Yes, Jordan.
Marlon Brando.
Yes. What river that rises on the Cottian Alps and is connected by a series of navigli to Milan flows through Turin and is the longest river? Yes, Jordan.
Po.
The Po. What last name is shared by Monopoly inventor Charles and the defender of Leopold and Loeb? Yes, Alex.
Warner?
No. Leopold and Loeb and science teacher John Scopes, a lawyer named Clarence.
Parker?
Clarence Darrow.
Okay.
What author of the children's book If Roast Beef Could Fly and the autobiography Leading with My Chin replaced Johnny Carson as Yes, Andrew.
Jay Leno?
Correct. What group based in Clearwater, Florida follows the teachings contained in the book Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard? Yes, Jordan.
Scientologist.
Correct. What fictional husband of Mary Morstan helped prevent Henry Baskerville's murder and narrated A Study in Scarlet about his life with Sherlock Holmes? Yes, Lewis.
Watson.
Correct. The London penetration depth is a property of what materials that exhibit the Meissner effect in magnetic fields and carry current with no resistance? Yes, Jordan.
Superconductors?
Right, we have less than a minute to go. What man who served as mayor of Bordeaux retired to his home in 1571, where he began writing what would eventually be 3 books of essays? Lewis.
No answer.
Okay, you can steal, gentlemen.
Moliere?
Sure, Moliere.
Montaigne. Lee Kuan Yew is the first prime minister of what island nation south of Malaysia, known for its dislike of... Yes, Jordan.
Singapore?
Right. What function's integral is the negative natural log of cosine, has an asymptote at x? Yes, Ryan.
Tangent.
Right. The end of the game, 260 for Mountain Dew, 500 for San Mateo. They're in the Final Four. Thank you, gentlemen, for a great year. Join us next week for the semifinals. We'll begin then. 3 games to go till we crown a winner. See you next week. Bye-bye.
The following underwriters help to make this program possible: AT&T, Oracle, the San Mateo Credit Union, and Samtrans. Tournament champions will win an all-expense-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS. Additional support is provided by the following Bay Area newspapers: the Birmingham Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, the Knights Templar, and National Academic Quiz Tournaments.